Welcome to Worst Take, the sports show. We've been away.
Niggas been busy, whatever, nigga.
Life happens.
Fellas, introduce yourselves.
What up, man? It's your boy, Doughboy. New nickname alert. I don't have one today because it's been a couple weeks, but I'm back and we here to bring the Worst Take caliber game back to the streets.
Q.
Come on, man. You know what it is. This is EQ, and I don't really give a fuck who missed me. We've been busy, nigga. We doing great things. That's what it is. You know what it is. We come together and form like Voltron, nigga. This dough. Try EQ. Let's go. We got it.
And my name is Triune. And listen, if you have not seen an episode of Worst Take the podcast to an old episode right now and go view it. We cover all the hot, sports topics when we actually do the show, except we're unfiltered and we kind of say what we want to say. I do have a couple PSAs for you guys. If you're watching this on the Worst Take channel, just hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to comment, like, and share the show. If you're on the I Am Doughboy TV channel, make sure that you comment, like, subscribe, do all the above, but there's also going to be a Worst Take link there in the description. Go ahead and hit that. Go to the Worst Take page and stuff there. Because we are on a weird relationship with our landlord, Doughboy, right now. This nigga keeps threatening to raise the rent and kick
Get out, niggas.
out. And you know what I'm saying? I told him I'm gonna have my check on the 1st and the 15th. Sometimes they're gonna come on the weekend. And you know how shit happens, man. So anyhow.
Absolutely. And just for everybody that knows, because we were getting the comments, the inboxes that everybody was like, yo, what's up with the show? Man. So we will get back to bringing this back to you guys once a week. We're going to try our hardest to make that day be on Mondays, but if you get it on a different day, just vibe with us. When you vibe with us, it's all good, it's all love.
So I heard there was some Worst Take beef. I heard the EQ was supposed to get into a comedy show and couldn't get in.
Listen, man, that was not my fault. First of all, shout out to EQ. It's my brother. I did a show with my bro Craig Facts, the podcast. Shout out to him. No, it was just that it got sold out to capacity and it was still lingering quarantine effects. So it was even comedians who couldn't even get it. So it wasn't that you like was anything funny. It was just so packed. It was at the Extreme Comedy Club. Shout out to them. And they turned away more people than people ended up being in. I'm sorry, brother. I couldn't even use my Doughboy magic. I'm sorry.
You know it's all love, bro. I just wanted to come out and support my brother in the city. That was it.
I heard your show sucked, nigga.
No, like nigga. So I did two different shows. The first show I struggled. The second show I got him back a little bit, but niggas is knocking off that ring rust because niggas ain't been performing for a year. So
that time is different, right?
That's a major fact. No, that COVID rust is a real thing. So we're gonna get this shit off right now.
I still ain't been back on stage musically, bro.
It's different. I'm telling you, the first time you do it, it's like because it's
scared.
Not me, nigga. Not me, nigga. I'm different. You know what I'm saying?
Go up there and forget every fucking thing. You know me. All right, let's get into our docket for the day. The 76ers got bounced by the Atlanta Hawks with Ben Simmons passing up open shots. Is this the end for Ben Simmons in Philly? Are we blaming Doc any for this? And where did the 76ers go from here? We're going to start with you, Doughboy, because
I think that the Ben Simmons era is over. They're talking about possibly switching his shooting hand. Like switching to the other hand. So if he's lefty now, they're talking him going righty or vice versa. Nigga, if you're this far in your career and people is like, hey, we might have to have you shoot with the other hand. Something is wrong. When he passed up that shot, I was just like, bro, what? He just doesn't look confident at all. And I think for years, like all the murmurings about his lack of shooting has haunted him. And now I think he's officially a head case about it. So I think you got to break up because you're wasting prime years of Joel Embiid's career. I don't really think this one was on Doc. I don't think this was a coaching thing. I do think if one thing he needed to come up with a better strategy when they was doing the hack-a-Ben, when they was just, fouling Ben Simmons every 2 seconds. So maybe he could have done that. But where do the Sixers go from now? I think you blow it all up. You keep Embiid and you get whatever you can get out. Maybe keep him and Tobias Harris as your two centerpieces and then trade Ben, get whatever you can get for him, trade everything else, and see what you can do, because this is a mess.
Q.
Bro, like, first of all, I always admit my faults first. Let me admit that I picked the 76ers to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay.
You did.
That is something that I did.
You did.
But let me tell you, watching this unfold was hilarious. Like, dog, first of all, Ben Simmons didn't take a shot in the fourth quarter in 4 out of the 7 games they played. He is the number 2 offensive option in tight games, and he didn't take a single fucking shot in 4 out of the 7 games. On top of that, he scored 5 points in game 7. Hold on. The stats are not done. Ben Simmons shot the worst in the history. The worst, as in the worst Take Sports Show. He shot the worst that any player has ever shot in the playoffs in NBA history. This is a league where Shaq and Wilt Chamberlain played. And Ben Simmons has the worst free throw percentage of all time in the playoffs. Bro, this shrank to a minimum. It was so sad yet hilarious. Because anytime this happens to a player that's not a Laker, I laugh, admittedly. But like, it's sad, bro. It's really sad. He shrank so small. And the Philadelphia 76ers as a team gave up leads of like
26.
Like, bro. And then on top of that, Nate McMillan. Shout out to Nate McMillan. You know, my second city is Seattle. I love Seattle. Nate McMillan was great in the Seattle area. He's a legend. He outcoached Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers' playoff resume may be the worst of all time.
His game 7 resume.
No. Not just that. Let's say this. He's okay. 7 times in the history of the NBA, 3-1 leads have been blown. Doc Rivers has 3 of the 7 in the history of the NBA. No other coach has more than 2. Doc Rivers, as a coach, we need to question this because his championship pedigree comes from having Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. We need to address this. 1 year removed from Doc Rivers coaching the Clippers and them giving up a 3-1 lead, Ty Lue has them in the Western Conference Finals. 1 year removed. And the Philadelphia 76ers have underachieved. All I'm saying is that this is a mess. I could talk about this all day, but I know Try needs to. So.
First, Joe, Rory, and Maul break up. All right, so look, this is bad. And I've been saying this for years. EQ knows. Yeah, I've never been a Ben Simmons fan like that. Yeah, after his sophomore season in the league, I was done. At the end of the day, this is nothing more to do than you don't fucking want to work on it. It's that simple. Put in the fucking time, put in the reps, and eventually you will develop a shot. Ben Simmons, there's footage on YouTube right now of him shooting jumpers in the gameplay, not pro gameplay, but pickup gameplay. It's not his mechanics. It's not his hand placement. No, the guy just won't fucking work on it enough to become comfortable enough in game time to shoot shit.
He won't shoot.
So I lost respect for Ben Simmons as a killer in the NBA a long time ago. I think that Ben Simmons is the type of player that you will make the playoffs with every single year. But I do think when you start to play elite teams, not good teams, he's going to get you to the first or second round. But when you start to get second, third, and finals, you're going to have great teams there that are going to be able to key in on you for 7 games, and they're going to turn your weaknesses they're gonna just exploit your weaknesses.
Doc Rivers got out coached.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't.
And yeah, they're gonna exploit your weaknesses. And at the end of the day, that's what their opponents were able to do a little bit more, or just enough to win the series. As far as Doc, yeah, man, there's something wrong there. The Doc's name is on too many all-time lists for the wrong reasons. I
It's a fact, bro.
there's something there. Like, there has to be something there. And one thing I will say about Doc that really irked me this year, Doc came out in defense of Ben Simmons, saying that he's such a great player in so many other facets of the game, that him not shooting the ball is not that big of a deal, and that people need to focus on his great attributes and not the negative one, that he can't shoot, and that we all need to accept who he was as a basketball player.
He did.
And at that point, I realized that Doc Rivers tucked his nuts, because any coach that sees that level of deficiency in a player has to challenge that player to get better.
It's a fact.
I don't give a fuck. Jason Kidd didn't have a semblance of a fucking shot when he got in the league. He worked and worked and worked and worked and worked until he had a good jumper. Rajon Rondo didn't have a jumper at all when he got in the league. He worked and
but
worked
at this
and worked
point,
and worked
don't
and
you
worked
think
and
it
worked.
might be too late in the game? What is he, 25, 26? Like
23. No, he's 23. He can still, that's the whole point.
Bro, I don't care if you're 27. Improve. The 30-year-old Kobe Bryant was better than the 27-year-old Kobe Bryant. Maybe not as athletic, but as far as his skills and his offensive arsenal, he was better than the 27-year-old Kobe Bryant. Why? I don't give a fuck if you in your 20s.
Bro,
improve.
They have to. No, it's a fact. They have to move him. And this is the scary part to me, is that I've seen this movie before. You know who Ben Simmons' agent is, right?
Rich Paul. He's coming to the Lakers.
No,
get rid of Kuzma.
No. Okay, well, that part we agree with. That part, the second part we agree with. But as far as the first, no.
If we can, no. Now you motherfuckers are.
LeBron can fix him.
Now you're, but no. I'm not even saying. What I am saying is that if, as a Laker fan, if I can package Kuzma, KCP,
Montrezl
Harris, and a couple other pieces, and get Ben Simmons, I didn't say he was a bad player. I said Ben Simmons was not a championship player.
But why would we want that on the Lakers?
Because you just don't need him to be a number one. If he could be a number three,
yeah,
but if you put him on the same team as AD and LeBron, he could live his life.
Yeah.
But LeBron is
number
only
three
gonna...
is a different thing.
And he can lock niggas down. He's dope in defense, and he can distribute the rock. So,
but the only time he would only be a number three for 1 or 2 years. I'm of the belief that LeBron will retire in the next 2 years.
Well, then you can transition him into being a solid 2 after a year or 2 of LeBron. I can see that.
But
LeBron can fix him.
But the only reason I disagree with that, and then we'll move on. One of the wisest people I've ever known, he's on this podcast, told me that ambition is not a learned behavior. Actually, Triune said that.
I know it
was. Ben Simmons does not have it, bro. That when he gave up that wide open dunk, that told me
it's a mental thing, though. No. Mental things can be fixed. It's in his head.
No, they can't.
It's not a physical
thing. Cannot.
Listen, it doesn't matter if you have ambition or not. If you play for the Miami Heat, Pat Riley has standards. Everyone knows about.
But so does Daryl Morey.
Hold on, their body fat No, not to the degree of Pat Riley. My point is that LeBron is at the helm in LA right now in regard to standards for the team. He's the reason why AD was taking better care of his body. He's the reason why guys like
not good enough.
KCP are taking good care of their body. Well, I think the AD is going to make some changes this offseason. I think he's going to fire his trainer and he's going to get somebody that's going to help him get healthy. But that's another thing. My point is that Ben Simmons is not going to be able to come to LA and not improve. It's not going to be allowed. It's like going to Miami.
I hope so.
He's not.
I hope so.
Look,
I hope so.
The reason why he's not improving in Philly is because no one is fucking challenging him. When his coach is telling him, "Oh, well," telling the public, accept him for who he is.
Okay.
Accept that the fucker won't get a jumper. Then that's a different thing.
No, and that's fine, and that's
not going to be not going to be the music here in LA. It's going to be get a fucking jumper, win a championship, and then do.
That's a good explanation, but that means that we have to hold Doc Rivers accountable for that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, look,
that you can't have it both ways.
Listen,
Ben Simmons gets better in LA. It means Doc Rivers is accountable for
this is what I'm gonna say. I'm not above the line of thinking that Doc Rivers saying accept him for who he is wasn't a political statement.
But did you
leave it there.
Did you hear what he said about him last night?
No.
What did he say? He said they're gonna have to work on it after this year.
No. They asked him, a reporter asked him directly, and we can end it at this. Reporter asked him directly, is Ben Simmons a point guard for a championship team?
What did he say?
And Doc Rivers says, I don't know that question or that answer right now.
I fuck with that answer because shit, the nigga ain't won shit yet.
That's real.
That's what he's supposed to say. The nigga ain't won shit.
I mean, what does Doc Rivers say? Yeah, and then become the headline and laughing stock.
I'm just saying that's way left from we have to accept him for not having a jumper.
He's not going to be a Sixer next year. We shall see what happens.
He's not. All right, next subject, sticking with the NBA, the Suns beat the Clippers in game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Who deserves more credit for the Suns' success, Chris Paul or Booker? Who are we picking for this series, EQ? We're going to start with you.
Yeah, I'll make this very simple. Chris Paul is the difference. They won many more games this year than they did last year. Their offense and their roster, as far as its entirety, is basically the same as it was last year. Add Chris Paul. Everybody's playing better. His leadership has absolutely been the difference. And I picked the Phoenix Suns to get out the West. Look, I mean, for sure. For sure. No, for 100%. Like, for sure. The Clippers are without Kawhi Leonard right now. We don't know when he's coming back, right? We don't know when he's coming back. Give credit to Paul George. He's played much better this year than he has in the playoffs before. But everybody keeps like already trying to consider not holding his playoff woes in the past against him. I'll be honest, bro. This is now, we just now got to the Western Conference Finals. That was the first round in the semis. Who cares about what you do in rounds 1 and 2? The Clippers didn't even make it past round 2 last year. I care about what you do right now. As far as right now, he had a decent game 1. The Clippers still lost. We don't know when Kawhi is coming back. Reggie Jackson is not going to be great every night. And you know, they're not going to have guys off the bench that come and drop 39 every night like they did 2 nights ago. So all I'm saying is that I definitely got the Suns. I think Devin Booker was the difference in game 1. But I'll tell you what, man, this Phoenix Suns team is for real. Ever since the first round of the playoffs when they beat the Lakers, I seen it, bro. DeAndre Ayton is not playing around. Devin Booker has matured a lot, and Chris Paul is that general that they needed in order to get everyone else on board. So I see the Phoenix Suns going to the finals, man. That's just what I see myself.
Oh boy.
Well, I agree with some of it, but not all of it. What I don't agree with is who deserves more credit. Devin Booker is damn near Kobe 2.0. This nigga is a beast. He's a different guy. Like he's the reason why they're in the Western Conference Finals. Like he is, what's this, his 3rd year in the league, 4th year? Like he's a kid, bro, and he's only getting better. So I I definitely think that he deserves more credit. And as far as who do I think is gonna come out of this series, I gotta believe it's the Clippers, just because we don't, like you said, we don't know what's up with Kawhi. So if he comes back, they haven't ruled him out, you know, for the entire thing. So if he comes back at all,
bro.
Okay.
He's gone.
Well then now you gotta I gotta think that playoff P, if you know, or pandemic P, whichever one shows up.
Oh God.
Nigga, this is your chance. And nigga, I like if I gotta put my rent money on it, do I trust Playoff P, who has been the butt of every joke?
What is
for
that?
his entire? Can I finish? Okay, so back to when he was in Indiana, could never beat LeBron. Came over to OKC, clicked up, can never get it done. Has moved all around. Now he's in LA. This is finally his chance to say, you know what? Let me put this shit on my back. I got this. All I got to do is beat this Devin Booker nigga, and I got it. And I got Rondo with me. I can do it. And I got Cousins with me. I just feel like with all of that, it should be enough. So I'm picking the Clippers in a very highly contested Game 7 when it shows up.
All right, so clearly Doughboy is picking for whatever the line is in Vegas. Because you absolutely want to put $100 down and get 10 grand back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess I gotta give it to CP3 as far as the leadership that he's given to the team. I know that his stats haven't been crazy, but I think in his approach, as EQ kind of formally said, this is pretty much the same roster, just adding Chris Paul to it. And
does it not seem like the basketball gods are against Chris Paul? Like this happens every year, his whole career.
No, he's never gotten this far.
But he always gets hurt or sick. It's some weird ass. Like remember when he was with the Rockets? They was this close to beating the Warriors.
He's gonna be back Game 2.
All right, so can y'all niggas stop hijacking my part of the segment?
Oh yeah.
Anyhow, so yeah, I gotta give it to CP3. I think his leadership is evident there, and I think that everyone on that roster, including their head coach, would tell you that. In regard to who I'm picking, the Suns. I picked the Suns and the Bucks in the finals, and I'm sticking with it. Ever since Brooklyn got bounced, so I'm saying the Suns and the Bucks are gonna play in the finals against each other, and I already have my winner of the finals that I think, but I'm gonna hold off until it's solidified. But yeah,
who would have thought that we were going to get a Suns and Bucks final? The game has changed.
I love it. No, two small market teams. I fucking love it. Why?
Bro,
because I want
the NBA got to be pissed though.
I want fuck that. Niggas stay put. Stop fucking.
There's no stars in the. Bro, if that's going to be the finals, there's no top 5 player in the finals.
Giannis, Devin Booker, nobody wants to see that.
It doesn't.
Two-time MVP.
It don't fit the narrative of the stars of the league.
No, but this is the thing. The narrative is now. It's like who's
wait. Giannis is not a fucking star.
But he's not top 5. Is he top 5?
Hell yeah, Giannis is considered top 5.
Oh, yeah. Top 5. I would disagree.
LeBron, James Harden.
I would disagree.
AD,
but
come on, bro.
But here's the deal. Triune's point is still correct, though.
30 and 14.
No, but Triune's point is still correct, though, no matter what. Because guess what? It's also been proven that people who watch the NBA will watch when small market teams are in it. There's this perception that people won't watch it unless it's the Lakers and somebody else. No. People are still going to bars to watch Atlanta, the Hawks, play Philadelphia, when the other day it had one of the highest TV ratings in playoff history, on top of the fact it was the first zero waste event in the history of sports in the United States.
I don't agree at all.
But
you know why? How long would you say the NBA has been pretty popular? About 40 years, right?
Yeah.
About 40 years? How many rings do the Celtics have? 16?
Mm-hmm.
But
how many do the Lakers have?
The Celtics and the Lakers have 17.
Okay, so 17, right? So that's 34 already. And then you go to the Bulls, then you go to the Spurs. Like, so big market teams dominate this league, bro. It's been like that forever.
No, San Antonio won 6 championships, and San Antonio is not a small market team.
5,
excuse me. And that's not a small team. And people wanted to watch Tim Duncan. People wanted to watch Greg Popovich. People wanted to watch Tony Parker.
But they're from Texas, which has 3 basketball teams, nigga.
But
it's a huge market. They got 3 teams.
But that's proving my point.
There's one team in Phoenix.
That's
one team in Milwaukee.
That's proving my point, though. You have an entire state that's watching one team. And what I'll say is that the only team that I was wrong about in my prediction so far this entire playoffs was the Lakers. The Lakers lost to the Suns. Everybody else that I had the Philadelphia 76ers going to the fucking semis. I had them going to I had them going to the conference finals. I was wrong about them, so I stand corrected. Twice I was wrong. But as far as the as far as the Milwaukee Bucks, bro, this is not my point. Is that the Milwaukee Bucks, and that is a real competitor for the Eastern Conference champion. The Phoenix Suns, the way that they're constructed, they're just like that. They have role players that fit into every single place. And
so you guys are telling me that you want to watch the Suns play the Bucks in the finals?
I absolutely do.
That would be sick. That would be
if I can get a finals of Giannis versus Booker, yeah, I'm watching.
Come on, man. Chris Paul going up for his first chip.
Yeah, Chris Paul playing in this.
I want Chris Paul to get a chip. I ain't gonna hold you. That would be dope.
Like, yo, Giannis finally breaking through and winning one. That's gonna be huge.
And that would be super dope. It would be dope for Chris Paul too, because
that's what I'm saying.
He didn't click up. He didn't go. He could have left and tried to get his, he could have bought his contract out or whatever. And when clicked up, that nigga was like, nah, he did that 2 times in a row. Because he made Oklahoma City legit. They damn near. They took somebody to Game 7 last year.
Giannis would be the second Euro in history to lead an NBA team to a championship.
That would be dope. And then watching Chris Paul on the other side, watching Chris Paul get his first, would be dope.
And you twisted my arm. Okay.
Devin Booker being compared to Kobe and him getting his first chip and kind of getting through. Like, there's a lot of good storylines here.
I love that.
And there's a lot of feel-good storylines, too. It's not
and Monty Williams.
Can I ask y'all a question? Can I ask y'all a question?
Come on, man.
Yep.
Let me ask y'all a question, because I know I was alluding to this on some of our older episodes about the shortened off season and everybody getting hurt and shit. Do y'all feel like whoever wins this year is going to be an asterisk by the chip? Because of all the injuries and the shortened season.
I mean, if it wasn't last year, why is it this year?
Come on,
because it was even shorter. There was the shortest off season ever.
Nah, I don't.
And everybody got hurt. It's almost like a survival. You ain't never seen this many niggas get hurt. Nigga, everybody's hurt.
At the end of the day, everybody played the same schedule, and it was 72 fucking games.
So you don't see an asterisk,
bro?
No, bro. No, the point of what I'm. But do y'all remember when what was it, 99, when they had the strike? Niggas be putting the asterisks on that for the Spurs. Remember when they beat the Knicks?
No, but that's trash that they do that, because at the end of the day, look, the conditions are the same for everybody.
Right.
There's no asterisks here. It's not like there was an advantage. It's not like in Major League Baseball where certain niggas were taking HGH and steroids and certain niggas weren't. No, every motherfucker in the NBA was under the same conditions. There ain't no asterisks.
Hey, man, you get a gun, I get a gun. If I get shot, I'm not going to complain.
That's it.
I had one too.
I like that. I'm not gonna complain.
Full clip and everything. That's it.
Yeah. Nigga, it's fair game, nigga. All right, so the Brooklyn Nets got put out of the playoffs by the Bucks. What does this say for Kevin Durant's legacy? How do you feel about James Harden kind of disappearing after the leg injury? And how far do you think that the Bucks will go? I'm gonna start with you, Doughboy.
I think for everybody,
I'm going
that runs and clamors to try to say that KD is the best basketball player on earth. No, you're not. LeBron would have gotten a chip if he had James Harden. If you just put LeBron on that team exactly as it's constructed, LeBron's chipping up. So KD, so this is the thing. So KD is never going to be better than LeBron, period. That's what that proved to me. He's a great scorer, but when it comes down to it and you need somebody to dig deep, I don't see that for him. As far as the Bucks, if the Bucks can't win it this year, they're not going to win it. So if you can't, if your toughest foe is going to be, nigga, they're playing Atlanta. Side note, we got to talk about Atlanta at some point. Nigga, they're in the conference final. That shit is crazy. But if you can't get past Atlanta and a young ass Trey Smith, and then if your toughest competition is a hobbled Kawhi,
they didn't lose to Atlanta, nigga.
Huh?
They didn't lose to Atlanta, nigga.
No, I didn't say nothing about them losing to Atlanta. I
Oh,
said we got to talk about Atlanta and
oh,
how fucking dope they are. Like, nigga, they're in the fucking Eastern Conference Finals.
we talking about
Just-
Brooklyn, though. You got me off.
My bad. So, how far do I feel like the Bucks can go? I feel like they can win it all, and if they don't win it this year, they will be in their head like Ben Simmons is about his jump shot, and they'll never win. So, they better get it done this year, nigga. And James Harden, I believe this happened to him for that bullshit he did in Houston. All that out of shape shit caught up to him. That's why he pulled that hamburger string.
So, I don't think this says anything for Kevin Durant's legacy. Like, you got, like, first of all, he played, it's either 1 or 2 games in the series where James Harden and Kyrie were both out. And then you're playing with a hobbled fucking James Harden.
Right.
This nigga.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Try.
The first game James Harden came back, dog, he scored his first field goal on a hop through a fucking fucking double team and just threw it up and banked it. It was fucking terrible. So no, this doesn't hurt Kevin Durant.
It does, bro.
And in regard to him being the best player in the league, he absolutely is the best player in the league.
No, he's not.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Listen, bro. Listen,
Kevin,
the Miami Heat.
Kevin Durant just averaged like 34 to 15 or some shit like that.
He can put up a bunch of points, nigga. But this is
like
bro,
15 boards though.
But this is what I'm saying.
Like another 7 to 6.
Jimmy Butler beat the Bucks last year, my nigga, with the fucking Heat, and you see how goofy they are this year. This nigga could not beat the Bucks, bro. Knock it off. And you got James Harden.
If you give Kevin Durant, Tyler Hero, and the big man from fucking Miami,
he ain't doing shit.
Bucks too.
No.
What
he had James Harden.
What we're not gonna do is compare Kevin Durant and Jimmy fucking Butler.
No, what I'm saying is Jimmy Butler beat the Bucks by himself.
Not gonna do that to you right now, though, boy. Don't do it to yourself. So what I'm saying is, yes, Kevin Durant to me is still the best player in the league. I think he's the most skilled in the league, and I think had he had a couple more of his soldiers with him, this wouldn't even have been a series. Did Harden disappear?
What more soldiers did he need?
He didn't have Kyrie or James Harden. He had fucking DeAndre.
James Harden played last night, didn't he? James Harden played?
Yeah, he was hobbled though. He played like you're okay. So he played with half a Harden and no Kyrie, and Spencer Dinwiddie's out, and there's a lot of players that are not playing for them. So look, man, I said this from the beginning of the season. I said for the Lakers and the Nets, because when we started this show, we predicted that the Lakers and the Nets were going to be in the finals.
Yeah, we so did.
Me and you did. Q said the Lakers and the Bucks. So at the end of the day, I said health is wealth for both organizations. The Nets didn't have health, so Darren went.
This nigga EQ is over there. EQ is over there tickled at whatever the hell you are saying. This nigga's fast about the pop off.
As far as the Bucks, I think they're going to be the champion.
I hope so. And then I hope that Tatapatuku can get a new shot. I mean, because all he got is a dunk, nigga.
It's Antetokounmpo, nigga.
I just hope he develops his game. All he can do is dunk. Shit, I'm tired of it.
Bro, you buck. God damn. Go ahead, Q.
Whoa, wait. Are you telling me that nigga has a jump shot? Does he have a post move? Does he have a signature post move?
He has a post move. He has an up and under. He got handle. That nigga has a fucking Euro. That nigga does have a little mid-range now, and he's not scared to shoot the three. He's a better shooter than Ben Simmons.
Nigga, you're a better shooter than Ben Simmons.
That's the fact. I will challenge Ben Simmons, the horse, any fucking I'm dead ass too, because I'm nice. Go ahead, Q.
Well, I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, but you two should start a podcast because you're hilarious. That shit was so funny. That whole thing. Look, I knew what it was from the jump. I told you what this was from the jump. It didn't matter. This Kyrie, KD, James Harden, 4 rounds of playoff basketball pipe dream is foolish. How do people actually believe in this? Let's look at the history, nigga. Motherfuckers, especially as black men, we look at history, right? Let's look at history with these niggas, man. Kyrie takes days off and has been injured throughout most of his career. James Harden has performed small, even when he's healthy during playoff basketball. There's no reason to believe that anything else we haven't already seen isn't what would occur. And Kevin Durant is fighting to be the first or second best player in the world, and he can show up, and he's amazing. And this added to his reputation in a positive way, because nobody's going to look at Kevin Durant and say it's his fault the Nets lost. But it just showed us again, this nigga Kevin Durant cannot do this by himself. He went to Golden State and teamed up with 2 of the best shooters of all time. Guys who on any given date could beat him in horse. Let's keep it real with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Yeah. But this Nets team, a first-year team with Steve Nash as head coach, Steve Nash drawing up plays with his assistant coaches Mike D'Antoni. We're relying on James Harden and Kyrie.
All of that, you're not going to mention one injury?
No. The injuries don't matter.
The injuries are expected.
LeBron been dealing with that shit his whole career.
That's why no. He has not.
No, his teammates always get hurt.
But
not him.
But not him.
Yeah, but his teammates do.
Right. But here's what I'm saying. So Kyrie and Kate and James Harden, how they ended up in this playoffs, they are who we thought they were. How were they not? This is what we've seen every time outside when LeBron was involved.
Me and you agree. I said health is wealth. If they're healthy, they win. If they
but the difference between you and me is that you use the words if.
Hold on, my laptop's about to die. I don't want to cut out on you, brother.
It's okay. We're gonna go viral because your laptop's gonna die. But the only difference between what me and you were saying, Try, is that you said if they're healthy. I never believed that was even possible from the jump. That's the difference. They were absolutely hindered, and their bench showed themselves. Let me tell you, Nick Claxton, fucking Joe Harris, these motherfuckers are looking for the boogeyman right now because the bench didn't score. Let me tell you how much. Though, guess how many points the bench scored in Game 7?
How much did the bench score in Game 7?
0.
Really?
Their bench scored 0 points. This is a real stat, bro. This team is top heavy. And what you're doing is you're crossing your fingers. You're saying that I hope that things go okay. And there was no way in hell it was going to happen. Phoenix is going to win the championship. They're better built. They have leadership. Even when Chris Paul's not on the floor, these guys take to him. And Monty Williams, sorry, Tom Thibodeau, is coach of the year. I don't give a fuck. He's taking this Phoenix Suns team to a relevant squad. They have a higher chance of winning the championship this year than they ever did with Steve Nash. So
they have a higher chance of winning the championship this year than they did with Charles Barkley.
Facts.
We're gonna see.
Fact.
That's a fact.
All right,
fellas. Luka and Lillard are both unhappy. Do you see them making a move? And if you do, where? EQ.
I don't think Dame's going nowhere. I think he's going to stay in Portland. I think Luka will sign the extension and then try to force his way out if Dallas doesn't win. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Dame will retire a Trailblazer. Luka may very well go to another team. I've heard some weak rumblings about him and the Lakers. I don't believe him. But I will say, I think that he's going to sign the extension. He's going to take the money. He's a rookie who's getting his first huge deal. I believe he's eligible for the Supermax. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He is.
But I think that he is. So he's going to take the bag. He's going to sign the deal, and he'll be a Dallas Maverick for at least the next 2 years. They will probably move Kristaps Porzingis though. I will say that. So,
I couldn't agree with you more. I think that they're both. I mean, I couldn't disagree with you anymore. I feel like they're both unhappy.
That's the complete opposite.
Yes, I think they're both unhappy. I think both of these niggas is unhappy, and I think one of them will end up on the Lakers. Which one I don't know. Who would I prefer? I want Dame. I can see Dame and Bron and that would just be masterful. But I feel like Luka, he wasn't really getting along with the coach. They said that there was a lot of stuff going on just behind the scenes with him and the coach. But I know that Mark Cuban isn't known for just letting his star player go. So I feel like if either one of them has a better chance to stay, it probably would be Luka. But Portland is a cursed franchise, bro. They don't ever get it right. Why would you want to spend all of your good years there? Nothing good ever happens in Portland. Like they just seem like one of those franchises that never see. They're like the Cleveland Browns of the NBA. Like it just never seemed.
There's a lot of teams in the NBA who would trade their last 5 years for the Trailblazers last 5
Why?
years.
Just to keep going to the second round of the playoffs?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of other teams who haven't even done that.
Atlanta.
And the only reason they did that was because of Dame Lillard. But he's not going to want to give up his best years there. So
the Timberwolves would love that. The Knicks would love that. Anyways, whatever. I digress. All right. Both of these niggas ain't going nowhere. And both for the same reason. Contracts, nigga. Luka, you're not turning down 200 plus M's.
No.
I fucking dare you, nigga. Many years old, you're turning down get the fuck out of here, Luka. No. You're not going nowhere. Mark Cuban's gonna fucking sign you. And guess what? You're gonna be in Dallas because Mark Cuban, you're not forcing your way out of Dallas. Mark
Nobody
Cuban
doing that.
goes with an iron fist, nigga.
In a couple years he could, but not now.
Not doing shit. Mark Cuban Mark Cuban is such a hard-headed business fucking asshole. You know what it is. Nobody does that to Mark Cuban. I bet money between now and then Mark Cuban makes it right. Lillard, you haven't even entered your extension period yet. That starts next year. You just extended for like 220 plus million M's. Where the fuck are you going? Sit your rich ass down and relax. It's you and CJ, nigga. That's what it is, bro. And fucking turn Nurkic into something.
Yeah, Nurkic needs to go, bro.
That's trade Nurkic, turn Nurkic into something. And you and CJ though. Y'all niggas ain't going nowhere. Y'all niggas is contractually obligated, and you're gonna play, nigga. You're gonna pay it off
for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Any idea of him coming to the Lakers is fucking crazy, bro. The Lakers can't afford AD at a super or AD at a fucking CA. No, he's not gonna
sign the Supermax
on a max. Yeah, AD
signed the max extension.
Max extension. LeBron on the max. And where is just them three niggas? Where's the other players?
You ain't gonna need nothing. If you get them three players, you don't need shit else.
You can't even have the coach. You can't even have the coach.
It's us.
You have to have the crowd coach these niggas, bro.
Hilarious.
You're gonna have a fucking masseuse back there.
That nigga said you gotta
everybody else is fired, nigga. So yeah, these niggas need to sit their antsy asses down. You ain't going fucking nowhere, bro. You got some money to make, nigga. Just go make the money. Fuck the championships, nigga. Make the checks. You know how I feel about it. Fuck the championships. If you get lucky and you get in the right situation at the right time, you're gonna win some rings.
Nigga, I don't believe Try. You're way too competitive of a nigga. You way too competitive of a nigga, Try. You wouldn't just, even if they was paying you hundreds of millions.
Need that.
You want to win, nigga. You want to win at some point.
Need that.
Listen, bro, at the end of the day, how are you gonna win a championship if you get drafted to the New York Knicks and you gotta stay there for 7 years to be able to max out your potential earnings?
No, you stay for the rookie contract, you sign the extension, you stay for 2 years, and then you force yourself out.
What happens if you have some injuries? Then what?
That's different. That's the Brooklyn Nets.
But that's the reality. but that's the reality for a lot of these NBA players. That's the reason why I'm saying, nah, nigga. It's cool to get rings. Don't get it fucked up. It's a beautiful thing.
No,
But
and
if I'm an NBA nigga, I'm gonna go get the check because the rings, you have to have the right organization. You have to have
I agree.
You have to have the right management. You have to have the right coaching. You have to have the right players. You have to be in the right time, in the right era, with the right. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that have to be perfect for you to be able to win a championship. And a lot of these players are not in situations like that. Like, look at Portland. Portland could be more competitive if their ownership was willing to fucking pay into the luxury tax, but they're small market, so they can't.
But I get all of that. I'm just saying, like, there's a chance where you can sign the way that the model is now, because we've seen this over the last few years. You can have both. You sign for the extension. You sign the max deal. And then 2 years later, it's always 2 years later. Look at all of these stars that are happening now where they sign max extensions and they're not happy. Anthony Davis was one of the people who was like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was 3 years into a 4-year deal, and he was like, nah, I'm not happy here. I want to get out of this motherfucker. He still got his money. You know what I'm saying? But he got to go to a team where he had a chance to win a chip. So I'm just saying, now you can do both. I think Luka is not a Maverick.
Yeah, but I'm saying in 2 years, right? So Dame is not a young man.
No, Dame is gonna stay for life.
But I'm saying Dame in 2 years,
he's gonna stay for life.
Who the fuck is gonna want to absorb a $50 million a year contract?
No, but I never said that
Luka,
though.
Hold on, and then Luka, on the other hand, I think people discount how specific he is as a player. Luka ain't the same player if you take him off the ball. So you got to kind of reconstruct your whole fucking situation around him. So what, in 2 years, Luka says,
that don't matter.
Go to Boopty Bop or I'm not re-signing or whatever.
That don't matter. There are 10 teams in the NBA right now who would pay him the very supermax dollars for them to come to their franchise, and they would completely change their team.
Are any of those franchises places where you think he would want to go?
Yes.
Where?
I think that absolutely they would take an offer at him in Los Angeles. I absolutely think that he would.
Luka and AD for the future?
Listen, I'm gonna say something that's very unpopular.
Luka's,
you know what I would do?
I will say.
Let me tell y'all this. This is unpopular.
Would be fucking insane.
Crazy.
Let me tell you this.
Insane.
Let me tell you what I would do, and I know this is gonna sound crazy and unpopular. You know who I would trade straight up for Luka? AD. I don't trust AD. I think AD is a walking liability.
No, but
he always gets hurt. I would trade him straight up.
But here's the thing. That's not the move, because LeBron is going to retire. Luka Doncic is 20 years old. Luka Doncic has a similar skill set outside,
you can build a franchise around
outside
him.
of the athleticism. Right. So I think that the Lakers, in Pelinka, we trust. Every offseason, Pelinka has made moves that have make sense. This year, we had injury struggles. The year before, we won a chip. I trust in what Rob Pelinka is doing. I'm just saying that I absolutely see many teams. Luka came in with the Dallas Mavericks. You thinking Luka wouldn't go to a team in New York, the biggest media market in the world? They would completely rebuild the team around him.
I agree with you. I'm just saying if winning is what we're talking about here, because we're talking about checks or rings.
You can have both.
So we're talking about winning. Luka ain't winning shit in New York City.
Yeah, I agree.
He ain't winning shit.
But I'm telling you, and if you think
none of that's fucking James Dolan we're talking about.
If y'all think that the LA Lakers ain't looking at AD like funny money right now, you tripping. Because I know that would have to be the one thing they was tripping. Like, is this nigga gonna get hurt? And like clockwork, the big nigga, he always gets hurt. It's like clockwork. So I know that they're not looking at him as like the long-term solution.
Yeah, but
Luka could be.
Yeah, but they just re-upped them for $5 million.
And I bet you they're kicking themselves and they're ready to get them off.
No. I think what's gonna happen, I think it's probably happening now. We're probably gonna get the report very soon. I think that the whole Lakers front office is gonna be putting pressure on him to change trainers. Something's wrong, bro.
Because he can't be getting hurt every fucking year.
Yeah, something's wrong. Something's wrong in either his diet, something's wrong in his lifting regimen. Something is off where he's not able to maintain stability in his lower extremity. Something's up.
This is true.
So he's going to have to change trainers. And I bet that they're putting pressure on him now. We're probably going to see that announcement maybe like midsummer.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe a couple weeks.
Yeah, you're gonna hear that. All right, fellas, curve balls.
Pause.
If your mama was an NBA player, who would she be? Oh boy.
If my mama was an NBA player, she would be Charles Barkley. She just ain't taking no shit. Like, she just didn't play. Like, she was just real serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just didn't play. My mom just didn't give a fuck. She was like, nigga, she would just bring the ruckus. Like, moms would be Charles Barkley for sure. She was solid on her shit. She is. That's my mom's to be Charles Barkley. No nonsense. Didn't get a ring, but, you know, was on my ass. And nobody ever, you know, tried Charles like they don't try my mama. So, yeah, Charles Barkley.
EQ, if your grandfather was a hooper, who would he be?
If my granddad was a hooper?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on my dad's side. My granddad on my dad's side.
That's what I'm talking about.
If he was a hooper, he'd be Moses Malone. One of the best to ever do it. Doesn't get talked about enough. The youngins don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But it's a big fact. Like, one of the best to ever do it. In case people don't know, my granddad is number 10 all time on the all-time wins list for NCAA head coaches. He was a beast. So yeah, that's what Moses Malone. That's my answer.
Nice.
All right. Well, fellas, introduce yourselves.
Man, I have been dope, boy. You know, boy, I pull your whole boy. I gotta work on these outros. But yes, this has been we back in the flesh, and I'm excited to be back with my brothers, man. So make sure y'all check us out, share the videos, and we will be back next week.
You have had so much time to work on these outros, but I'm gonna let you slide. My name is EQ. You know what it is. I love my brothers. We out of here. Check in Worst Take.
It's Triune, and it's been a pleasure. It's been Worst Take. Peace.
100.